All right, for this section, we'll be doing starting the game. It's time getting familiar with the windows. So, by windows, I mean everything up here on this top bar. We've already gone over the settings. I'm not going to go over that again. We have the add credits button, which you click this, it'll open up the window, and then you can select which one you want, and then it'll go through the Steam API to do microtransactions to purchase it. Here in the notes, this is a very important one. This is the player notes. You'll have access to a space. You can just, write whatever you want. And you can, create different tabs. You can right click these tabs and rename them or delete them. So I could be like, very important notes. That's exactly how you spell it. Now, if you're the host, you'll have a little drop down box here, and you can go and you can view one of your players' notes, or you can type something in for them. So as a host, you have a little bit more power here, but as a player, you'll see just your notes. The next window would be the music window. Additionally, you have this date and time here. When you're playing a game, it'll show the game's current date and the in-game time here. So back to the music player. Here you can you can play music, pause it, restart it. By default, only the host has the permissions to do this. However, when we go into the multiplayer aspect and assigning permissions, we'll go into that. I mentioned the custom songs when we went over settings. If you click here, you can go and select MP3 file, and what it'll do is it will transfer that file over the Steam servers to the clients, and then it will play the song. So if you have, a specific song, like soundtrack or song you want to play, maybe some background music for a specific scene, you can use the music player. Now here, only the host will have this category, and this is the AI notes I was talking about. So when the AI is in the game, this is its notepad. Currently, there's nothing there because we haven't started a game. However, this is where you'll be able to see what the AI is thinking. It'll put its long-term goals here, things that it needs to commit to memory, but it's not putting anywhere else. This is its notepad. Game rules. This is very important. I will go over this when we get into starting your own campaign, and I will show examples when we go into the pre-made campaign. So if you want to know what game rules does and how to use it, go to those sections. Content. The first we have in here is the generation window. Most of the time when I make a player character for myself, I will use this window, and we will go over this in the creating and assigning a character. However, do know you can also use this to create locations, items, and quests. You can also create all these things manually, but using this window, it will take your input and send it to an AI to create the character. Again, go to the creating and assigning a character section if you want to see this in action. Going to scene. This will be important for when you are creating your own campaign. If you're not creating your own campaign, you don't really have to worry about this window. So I will go over this in the starting from your own campaign section. The history. When you're playing the game, long-term history will show up here, and you can right-click, create events. You can split your own dates, put in whatever, and you can open this up in another window. Remember, there's left-click things for options, and there's right-click ones. So, trackers. You got the party tracker. When you have a character in the party, they will show up here. So we don't have any characters in this game at the moment, but when I go into the starting from pre-made campaign, I will show how to use this. Same thing with quests and combat. If there are hostiles in combat, they will show up here. So here are just examples what they look like, and then we got the quest tracker here. And if you have a quest, show up here. I'll show real quick how to use this. So I can put in, gotta fight the rats. I can assign a character to be the quest giver. And then here, I put the requirements. So, kill all the rats. Now the game will automatically like look at your quest and look at what you're doing and say, oh, you killed the last rat? Okay, check mark off, kill all the rats. And once they're all checked, it'll automatically complete. Now here in the rewards tab, you can be, hey, I want an item reward. So it will say, you know, Quicksilver Sword. And then here in currency, it's like, oh, they'll give us 25 gold. Now the AI can make all these things by itself, so it's not like you'll get a quest from an NPC and then you got to make the quest. The AI will automatically make it. However, if you want to manually add one or change it, you can do it here. Event rewards is like, oh, well, let's say you finish this quest and the baker wants to make a bread statue of you. The event reward is that they'll the baker will make a bread statue of the player characters to keep in the bakery. And so when you complete the quest, the baker will do that, and then it will become a thing in your game. It's like an event that happens that isn't just you receiving some monetary or physical reward. The world. So world, this one is pretty important. The top 3 current location, characters, and locations you'll definitely use often. So, current location, if we were in a location, it would open up the location info window for it. So I will go over that in the starting from a pre-made campaign. The characters, this will bring up a list of all the characters in the game, and if you're in a specific location, it will be filtered to that location. So if you want to see all the characters in the window, you'll click here and then you'll click all. Currently, since we don't have any locations and we're not in a location, it's not filtering by location. You can sort here by alphabetical, by the distance to your party, or by the character ID. So that means the oldest characters at the top or at the bottom, depending if you're ascending or descending, which you'll do with this toggle. Allegiance is currently not in the game as of this video. However, it will be soon. Locations, it's the same thing. By default, it sorts by primary location. So a primary location is the main location at a grid point. So if, like the example before where you got cities and then you got sublocations that are all buildings in it, you'll just see the cities. However, you can change this to be secondary locations or all, and you can filter by locations. Same sort of things. And also this button here changes it between the detailed and the list. You can't see anything yet here, but you know, if we have one here, you can see the difference. And then lastly, we have the map. Now, we do not have a current map here. We just have a blank map. However, when I go into starting your own campaign, we will use this. And that is a pretty quick overview of all these top buttons. And for some of the windows, such as the info windows, we will get more into that as we go on in this video.